hold your hands, bow your head, please pray for me. I'm out here dirty dancing, romancing the street life. My mama taught me better, I know wrong from right, but some way, somehow in this life I lost sight. Vision blurred off the herb in the white powder. I'm hearing quiet voices in my head getting louder. Who that? Where at? But ain't nobody there. Mirror, mirror on the wall, do you care to share? Tell me something about me I don't already know. Give me some kind of directions, I don't know where to go. My kinfolks and comrades, I call my closest friends. I ran off and blew off just like a gush of wind. Oh my, hold on, it's them voices again, telling me I don't need them, I can hold my own. I came in this world on my own and I'ma die alone. I came in this world on my own and I'ma die alone.
I've been looking for change, looking for change. What's it gonna cost me? I've been struggling, looking for change, looking for change. What's it gonna cost? Set my soul free.
Deep within, I know it's my sins that got me shackled. Feeling like a tight end in a field that's just been tackled with no defense. Can I try it again if I repent? I see everyday people on the weekends going to church, lead a house of worship on Monday doing the same dirt. Is it them? Is it him? Are they fake? Is he real? If I keep it 100, when I confess, can I get healed? Change. Lord knows I want to do better, but I don't think I can follow his word down to the letter. I'm lost in this life that I'm given, torn between dying and living. On everything, if it's true what they say, take one step and take two your way. Lay it down, I got nothing to lose but my soul. A hell of a choice to choose. Now what would you do if you were me and I were you?
I've been looking for change, looking for change. What's it gonna cost me? I've been struggling, looking for change, looking for change. What's it gonna cost? Set my soul free.
We'd like to welcome you to Detroit Radio today. Got a special guest in the house. Would you go ahead and introduce yourself, brother? Coming all the way from Compton, California. Got a hot record called Change. You know, Mr. Carvill Bond, dope record. Let's talk about that record, man. What inspired you to get into that song and creating that vibe and that experience for everybody?
Hey, it's a pleasure, Doc. Thank you for having me. That record there was really inspired, man. You know, I got the record from Dream Life production company. Yolanda Rich is featured on it. The record really came from inspired just by my personal experiences with, you know, just with challenges of dealing with spiritualism. You know, I was raised in the church, you know, so coming up in the church and at the same time coming up in the streets, you know, there was a thin line of balance, you know, of trying to, again, you know, weigh the streets against, you know what I'm saying, what I knew best, you know what I'm saying, being being raised in the church by people of faith, you know, so.
Yeah. And now, when you talk about spirituality, I want to cut you off, but when you talk about spirituality, and we always tell people spirituality is a journey, how you get there, what's your influence and what impacted your life. When you talk about your spirituality, what impacted your life? When we make songs like Change and you have the vocals singing out to you, I've been looking for change, and you're in the artwork showing you praying and showing respect to the Most High. How did you get here? When we talk about you, how did you get to this point? What gave you those spiritual impressions?
Well, you know, what gave me those spiritual impressions, man, or what led me more so toward, you know what I'm saying, some sort of guiding light or returning back to a guiding light, you know what I'm saying, was man, you know, I ended up going to the penitentiary, you know, and, you know, in there, you know, I basically found my way, so to speak, in the sense that, you know, had I not probably went to the penitentiary, I would have been either dead, you know what I'm saying, or, you know, or otherwise. And so in there, I was able to sit down and really get myself grounded. In fact, refocused. Although in itself, it was still a challenge, trying to walk that line, and at the same time having to survive at the same time, So, a lot of different things has happened in my life, man, where, where I've strayed, and, then you get back on courses, saying it's an ongoing battle, you know what I'm saying, of really trying to adhere, for those who do believe in a higher power, a higher guiding light, a higher authority here, we all have our choices and our beliefs, so, but, for me, being a believer, in the Creator, being someone that knows that I'm going to be held accountable, for this experience, so, you need some sort of structure, you need some sort of point of reference, some sort of school of thought, some sort of guiding light. You can't just run this world just rampant, without having any points of reference that is greater than yourself, so.
And you talk about being locked up. How long were you locked up?
How old was I?
Yeah. How old were you and how long were you locked up?
Oh, okay. I was locked up for 5 years. I went in when I was 18. And I was down for 5 years flat in the state of Louisiana.
Were you in Angola?
Nah, I did the bulk of my time in Homer, Louisiana, up in Wade. Yeah,
Yeah, know some people from Homer. Know some people at Homer. Yeah. So that's good. That's good, man. Well, that's good. You talked about your journey, and that's what it's about. You sharing your journey, because
right.
I think a lot of times now, man, artists, they don't really have a story, and and it sounds like you got a story, and you got something you can share that can impact the life and lives of others, that can relate to you and come from places that you come from or places we come from.
Right. Yeah.
So that's dope. So let's talk about the music, man. How long you been doing music? Talk to me about that.
I've been doing music really since I was a kid, since maybe like junior high. Well, not music in the sense, but I just been writing, if it wasn't just always in a form of rap music, I was, writing poetry and writing short stories and, long stories, all kind, I was just a writer. I grew up for a period of time, one of my foster mothers, man, she was really adamant about reading, and writing. And the way she used to handle a lot of the disciplinary actions in our household, where she would punish us by making us write. So, she would get like the LA Times, and you would have to sit and write the LA Times, maybe the whole freaking newspaper, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if it took you a month, that's what you was going to do. You was going to take a month writing that paper, but you was going to do that every day, day in, day out, Yeah. So she would do that, man. She had me almost rewrite the whole Bible. I was a fuck up, man. So I stayed writing,
Hey,
so
your penmanship should be A1, man. You put some beautiful hair, right?
So yeah, so one of the, so growing up under her, and again, being as troublesome as I was as a kid, I stayed writing. So that kind of, so for, that really impacted me in terms of when I started really developing, even the idea that I could start writing raps, I pulled from a lot of what, a lot of what she gave me, I was what? I think I was like 8. I think I was like maybe 8 at the time when I came into her home. I had been in so many different foster homes from the age of 5 to 8 that I was never in just one place long enough in a school to learn anything, you know? So by the time I got to her house, you know, I was pretty much, I was illiterate, you know? I couldn't really read or write, let alone add and subtract. She taught me how to add and subtract by playing dominoes, you know? Exactly. So, you know, yeah, when I got to her house, I couldn't read or write. So that was one of her, you know, bones she picked with me. You know, anytime I fucked up, she had me reading and writing, you know. I wrote so much as a kid, man. I grew a knot on my index finger.
The carrots on your side of the finger.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Hey, but I hate to say it, man. It's hard to find people like that to help shape young people with that type of discipline, man. That's the type of discipline that helps shape you until you learn how to be creative and you learn how to use your mind. You know.
Exactly.
You know, and I, you know, nowadays, you know, parents are so caught up with what they got going on, they're not even paying attention to their kids and what they really need.
Well, hey, she definitely taught me that the pen is mightier than the sword. You know what I'm saying? You know, there was a lot of them nights, a lot of them days, man. I wish she would have just whooped my ass. You know what I'm saying? But she put that number 2 on me, man.
So you literally got pushed into the game. You wrote your way into this music industry.
Yes, sir.
Man, that's a beautiful thing, man. Beautiful.
Yeah, man.
So talk to me. You know, I got your video. It's like I said, you know, it's dope. I think it's a dope video.
Thank you.
Who shot the video?
Man, a brother named Rex out of Atlanta, Georgia.
Rex,
R-E-X, and shout out to Rex. Yeah, Rex and his crew. Yeah, we shot it in Atlanta. It was one of the most monumental experiences in my life, you know, coming up, watching, you know what I'm saying, MTV Raps and BET, you know what I'm saying, you know, all that, you know what I'm saying, and always imagining one day, you know what I'm saying, myself in a video doing my thing, you know, and working with Rex, man, they brought that, they brought that dream to reality for me. It was a beautiful experience, man, you know, working with him and his crew, you know, exemplary type of a very exemplary showing of Black excellence in business, man. I mean, from point A to Z, man, he ran that thing like a rocket ship, you know? And so it was just beautiful, man, to work with a crew of my people. And, you know, they made it happen for me. It was one of my first, it is my first one, you know, so your boy's a little, you know, but they're going to get even better and better.
But listen, it's dope. The visuals, they're dope. I mean, this is a good first video to have. And so when we talk about the images in your video, who did he come up with the concept for it, or you developed the concept for it?
We both shared ideas on the treatment for this video here. You know, we were a little restricted in what we could do because of COVID. So locations were limited, you know. So everything had to be, you know, centrally pretty much, you know what I'm saying, you know, located for us. We couldn't really have any wiggle room and just, having a lot more different elements to it that we initially had. Yeah, it all came together.
Yeah, man, real nice visuals.
Thank you.
Yeah, I like to see good visuals from artists, you know what I'm saying? Good, when your song adds up with the visual, you know, that makes it real powerful, man. You know what I'm saying? And with some of the images that you put in the video, it takes it to another level, because you talk about change, but then you also see the resistance. You see brothers that come that are impacted by the system, And I just think that's good to show, man. And you didn't really go the typical route that everybody else did by putting George Floyd in the video and etc. So I think that was dope, man. That was dope.
Thank you. Yeah, again, thanks to Rex and his crew. They definitely had an important part in bringing out the message in the music through the visuals.
Yeah, man. They did a good job. They did a great job. I mean, the clarity, high cinematic look, I think is dope, man. Dope. So talk to me about what you got going on next. What's new for you? What's next on the agenda? What's your plan?
Next on the agenda, right now I'm pushing, we just pushing, promoting and trying to get the message and single out here of change. I got some other things going on as far as the next single that I'm releasing. We're working on the video for that. But for the most part, man, I'm just sitting back, man, just, really just developing the craft, trying to make sure that, I stay consistent, good music, you know what I'm saying, and solid messages. Right now, that's just about the course of it. I'm learning the business. I'm new, as an indie artist. I'm just finding my way. I'm just finding my way with it. Again, I'm pretty much just, working on projects, man, that I got earmarked coming out soon for people, to see different shades of me, you know what I'm saying? Different,
Definitely. So where can people find your music? Where's it distributed? Do you have a website that they can, go to, or do they need to go to the typical social media platforms? Tell people how to find your music.
Yeah, they can. You can find me, Carvill Bond. You can find me on my website, www.thecarvillbond.com. You can find me on Spotify, Carvill Bond. I'm on IG, Carvill Bond. Twitter, Carvill Bond. So I'm pretty much on all the all the platforms that we're using. Forgive me, y'all. I just got some dental work done too, so I'm getting used to these teeth in my mouth. So I'm talking with a little bit of a lisp here.
That's okay.
So yeah, I'm on all the, I'm on all the different platforms.
That's great. That's dope, man. You where you need to be. So that's a good thing. You got any shout outs you want to give out to anybody?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to Patchwork Studios in the ATL, Luke, Kenny, JC, Toy, the whole Patchwork family. They made this happen just as well, in my musical journey. I want to give a shout out to, again, Rex, who made this video possible for me. I want to give a shout out to his whole crew. I want to give a shout out to the world, what I'm saying, for the embracement, for all that have taken the time to listen and possibly enjoy and take away a message that may, impact you in some sort of way. It's all about, for me, in my music, man, you could talk about a whole lot of things, I choose, consciously to be mindful on what I express, and how I express it. So, I'm always trying to, as much as I want to shake your ass, I also want to shake your brain too. You know what I'm saying? So.
Boy, man, that's the way you got to be. And I think in this era, we need to shake more brains than a ass right now. So,
exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And I heard you mention Patchwork. So yeah, definitely shout out. Me and Kirk know each other. Kirk, the owner. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
shout out to Kirk.
Yeah. So, you know, that's dope, man. And man, I wish you the best, man. And you know, you seem to be a genuine brother and true to yourself, and just keep being true to yourself. That's my one word I could say for you is keep being true to yourself, man, and be authentic for you. You know who you are. Don't switch up for nobody, man. Yeah,
right.
Don't switch up for nobody. But man, hey, like I said, it's been a pleasure, and I want to thank y'all for listening to Detroit Radio. And you know, definitely make sure y'all go out and support Carvill Bond. Remember that name, Carvill Bond. Word of Bond. All right.
What's it gonna cost me? I've been struggling, looking for change. What's it gonna cost? Set my soul free.
Somebody fold your hands, bow your head, please pray for me. I'm out here dirty dancing, romancing the street life. My mama taught me better, I know wrong from right, but some way, somehow in this life I lost sight.